Sweet, chewy in texture, a little briny, sometimes compared to calamari. I'm talking about a conch. That's right. We are coming with you guys this time with a conch stew. I'm Chef Winston, and welcome to Floribbean Cuisine. Let's get cooking. Conch. So what is a conch? This here is a conch shell. The meat lives inside of this shell. A conch is usually considered a mollusk. A mollusk basically is a sea creature, any living creature within the aquatic in the sea that has a soft body and it lives within a shell. We call those a mollusk. For example, a clam, an oyster, mussels. This conch, they got a soft body, lives within the hard texture of a shell. Unlike a crab or crayfish, those guys, although they got a hard shell and they got a soft inside, they got legs with no spine and they can travel. Those are considered crustaceans, which is the difference. So this time we are just going to be concentrating on the conch. So this is what a conch looks like. If you notice this is what a whole conch looks like, and this is a cleaned, 100% clean conch. When this comes out of this apparatus, it has a lot of black skin around it. It has a little, what you call it, a toe or a shoe. You have to take that outer perimeter off because it's kind of tough. So once it's fully clean, this is what it looks like. What I have here is tenderized conch. The same thing. There are several ways you can tenderize this conch. You can use a mallet right here to pound it, and by pounding it you would get something like this. Or you can put some lime juice on it. The acid from the lime juice would break down the texture of the meat to make it moist. Also, believe it or not, you can use some baking soda to tenderize your conch as well. That's a great option, but you have to know how to use it. With this particular tender conch that I have, this tenderized conch, I jacquard this. Basically, it's a form of tenderizing. I've got a machine just like this one that I use in my operation. We go through a lot of conch, so I had to purchase that. So this is what it looks like. It has these knives around it, these circular knives. So once it's all put together and put in the machine and turns on, you drop the conch inside of it, and look at the other end, that's what you get. Run that through about 2 or 3 times, and it looks like that. So once this is beginning to pull apart like this, you know this is a good option right here to start cooking your conch. So this is right here is ahead of the game. We're tenderizing it already. So this is gonna be a nice one. With this particular dish, stewed conch, I'm gonna amp it up a little bit with coconut dumplings. I was at the islands of Anguilla and I had a beautiful dish with conch and dumplings. I thought it was a good idea, so I decided to kick it up a little bit with my little twist. Of course, coloring outside the lines, and we're gonna have fun doing this here. So stay tuned and pay attention. Okay, the first things we're gonna do, right? We're gonna start cooking this conch, the tenderized conch that is. What we're gonna do is put this in some water, and we're gonna flavor the water and let this here cook. So what I decided, I'm gonna pressure pot my conch. If you do not have a pressure cooker, you can use the regular pot with some hot water. It's gonna take a longer time. Cooking conch like this will 45 minutes to an hour until it's tender. That's what you're trying to accomplish. If it's tenderized and you're boiling it straight up, it's gonna cook faster. If it's like this, of course, it's gonna take a while to cook. I remember back in my younger days when I first started in the industry back in the Virgin Islands, I used to work at a place called Frenchman's Reef. And we used to do banquets. There were 5 outlets. I used to work in all of them. But the one outlet that I liked the most was the banquet, because we used to feed hundreds and hundreds of people every single week, and conch was on the menu. And what we used to do with our conch, rather than tenderizing it, we used to take the whole conch, put it in perforated pans, just like this one here, stick it in a commercial steamer. This steamer, once it's closed, it's trapping all that steam in there, and pressure is building up, getting a whole bunch of steamers going in there, and we leave it in there for a while, and once it's done, this conch comes out nice and tender and palatable. It basically melts in your mouth, and then we can cut it up and add what other kind of sauces we want to it. At that time, it was like a Creole sauce, similar to what I'm making, but mine's a little different. But yeah, man, so this is another way to get your conch tender as well. So the pressure cooker, gonna cut that time in half. I should pressure cook this about maybe like 20-25 minutes, and it'll be nice and tender. So in the meantime, while that's getting hot, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna add get some onions, some celery, and some carrots to put into I would call it our poaching liquid. The liquid that we're gonna, not really poaching liquid, but the liquid we're gonna use to cook the conch in the pressure pot. So I got here some carrots, we got some onions, and I'm gonna put some celery in here. So this is what it looks like over here. So once the water comes to a boil, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna also add some of my green seasoning. I always keep some of this on hand. I made this in one of my episodes. You can check that episode right here. How to make this here step by step. We're gonna put some of this inside of our liquid also. I'm also gonna add some salt and bay leaf to this. Then we're gonna add our conch and cover this up and let this here pressure cook for about 20-25 minutes and check it after that. So now that the conch is pressing away, I'm here working on my vegetables. Oh my goodness, it's smelling good in here right now. I can't wait for this finished product here so I can throw down a little bit. So check this out. Like I said, I'm here cutting up my vegetables. I've got some peppers, some onions, some garlic, some tomatoes I'm gonna add up in here as well. All this is gonna be sauteed down and add as part of my stew for the stewed conch. Looking good, smelling good. Also gonna add some fresh ginger to this, some fresh ginger to the party. I'm telling you, this stew conch is gonna have so much flavor, so much texture. It's gonna blow your mind. Niceness, niceness, niceness. And the good thing I like about conch, you can apply this to a lot of different applications, right? What we do in a catering company, we do the stew conch. We've got grilled conch fritters, conch salad, the conch fritters and the conch salad. We also did an episode, you can check that episode out right here, that we did in the past. That was a beautiful one. We did that at the client's house. It was outdoors. It was so fun and so nice. So check out that episode as well. That conch salad and conch fritters. We also do cracked conch, scorched conch chowder. We do it two ways, a cream base and a tomato base with dumplings also, and it's oh so amazing. So check this out here. So we got the ginger here working, we got all the beautiful vegetables. The conch is almost done. So when I'm finished this here, I'm gonna start making up our coconut dumpling. That nice little addition to this. This one gonna blow you guys' mind. Stick around, stick around. Okay, we got our dumpling. We're gonna make this beautiful, nice dumpling to go along with this conch. The house is smelling nice. So check this out. I got some flour, right? To this flour, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Just not too much, just to season it up. And I've got some grated coconut. We're gonna add some grated coconut to the party. Remember, this is a coconut dumpling. Mix this up. Yes. I'm gonna add a little touch of oil. Just a little touch of oil. So you want our dumplings to be nice, moist, and pliable. And to bring it all together, we're gonna add coconut milk. Why not? We're gonna add enough coconut milk just to bring it together. Beautifulness. This dish right here coming out to be a winner so far. All I can do is smell. You guys can't smell it, but hey, this is smelling good. It's gonna be a winner. Okay, this dumpling is looking nice. I'm gonna cover this up and set this on the side. Next step, we're gonna check our conch in the pressure cooker to see how tender it is. Ah! Woo! This conch smells good. We're gonna take a little piece and cut it just for a little taste test. This conch is cooked perfectly. We stayed in the pressure pot for about 18 going to 20 minutes, and this is the end result. I didn't want it to go much more than this because this is not super soft, but it's manageable. Conch has this chewy texture to it, and when you tenderize it the way I did it, whether you're using a mallet or my commercial tenderizer, it gives it these honeycomb look. So once it's cooking, you put it to the teeth. It got that chewy texture. Unlike if you were to take the whole conch and boil it and boil it and boil it until it's super tender and super tender and super tender, it would have been a nice, soft, silky, melt in your mouth feeling. I don't too much care for that. I want some texture to my conch. So this right here is perfect for me. Perfect, perfect. So all I'm gonna do is cut these up in smaller sizes. And the liquid that I cooked this conch in the pressure pot with the onions and the carrots and the celery, I'm gonna take those items out and keep that liquid for cooking the dumplings. Ah, you didn't see that one coming, eh? Now I'm gonna cook the dumplings for this dish. Let me cut this up, and I'm gonna start taking out the mirepoix, which is the carrots, onions, and celery. The liquid that the conch was cooked in, liquid gold, baby. Now that my other prep is done, before we start putting this masterpiece together, we're gonna start rolling up on these dumplings. The liquid that I drained is boiling right now. I'm rolling up my coconut dumplings. This is how we're gonna cook our dumplings. See that? Putting it one at a time. You can roll your dumpling in where you like. I choose to put them in little fingers like this. You can cut them in little cubes or whatever. This is gonna be a super, super nice dish. Now for that great moment, it's time to put this masterpiece together. All my prep is done. The dumpling is working. The conch is cooked. Everything is ready to roll. The pot is hot. So first things first, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with some grapeseed oil. And what I'm gonna start this off with some garlic and ginger. Inside that, you're gonna start sauteing that up. Yes. Followed with that, we're gonna add the onions and the carrots, and celery. Put this inside here. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna saute that up. Get it nice and limp. Get all those flavors to come on out. Perfect. Looking good, smelling good already. Now, following this, we're gonna add some tomatoes and the bell peppers. Mix it up. Flavor time coming up here, boy. I'm telling you, I'm so excited about this. The natural liquids are coming out. Now, the next addition to this is something you probably did not expect. This is what makes it my style, all right? There's a lot of different ways you can see how to make traditionally with different countries like Bahamas, Haiti, and different places. But it's a Chef Winston style. What I'm gonna add to this now is a vegetable juice. That's right, vegetable juice, look at that. This vegetable juice has all the essentials. So all I'm doing is adding more flavor, and more flavor. So we're gonna let it simmer down. So what's gonna happen here now, this is looking nice and chunky and thick. So we want the carrots and the vegetables to cook a little bit. And I'm gonna introduce the conch in here a little bit more. But before I do that, I'm gonna add some of the poaching liquid that we cook the dumplings in. We're gonna add some of that to this party and cover it up and let it simmer for about a good 10-15 minutes. Now this has been simmering for about a good 10-15 minutes. Woo! Look at that. Perfect. So now the conch will be introduced to the chat. That's what we're gonna add here now. Beautiful. Ah, fold that up in there. Coming together nice. Gonna continue adding more flavors to this here. Ah, beautiful. This is where the stewing comes in for a stew conch. We're coming around the corner, we ain't quite there yet. More flavor to be added. Okay, this has been simmering for about a good 15 minutes. Look how beautiful this is coming along. Now I'm gonna introduce my Scotch bonnet to that. Those of you who follow me and know how I work with my Scotch bonnets, I put the whole thing in here with a little prick on both sides. Let it do its thing. lend its flavor. Perfect. And of course, we're gonna add some more of my green seasoning. If you want to know how to make this green seasoning, you could check the link above. You did this episode. This is one of my go-tos. Green seasoning. Make everything nice. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Let us cover it up and let it simmer down a little bit more. We're coming back to finish up. We're right around the corner, baby. Perfect. This is simmering along very, very nice. Now it's time to add the dumplings, the coconut dumplings. You guys did not forget that, did you? This is just a little extra something. This is optional. You don't have to do this. This is just my way of coloring outside the lines. This is my misbehavior tactics. Perfect. Looking good. We got plenty texture. A meal within itself. Oh, yes. So we're on the home stretch. So let me show you what I'm gonna do to this to finish this up, and we're gonna give this a nice tasting. Ah! Woo! Yo! This here. Ah! So check this out. As you saw, I put the dumplings in there. So I'm gonna add, to finish this up, some fresh lime juice. And some fresh thyme. Put some fresh thyme in here. We're gonna mount some butter in here as well. We're gonna fold some butter in. Yes, and some fresh lime juice. Look at this. Fresh lime to give it that burst of freshness along with the fresh thyme. Fold this bad boy together. Look at this. All we're waiting for now is the peas and rice and plantains. We having a good old time. That's right. Stewed conch, Chef Winston style. This looking nice. This definitely gonna be a winner. Can't wait to taste it. Look how beautiful this looks. Sauce is nice and thick. The flavors just creating havoc around me right now. And there you have it, the finished product. Stewed conch with coconut dumplings, which are optional, of course. Beautiful, colorful tasting session about to happen right now. Time to taste this masterpiece. I happy, that's right. Listen, this stewed conch, I get really excited about this because this reminds me, back home when I was growing up, we got a thing called wilks. My mom used to make a pot of this wilks and rice with some plantains. Don't get me started. Anyhow, this stewed conch, we're gonna give this here a taste. I'm gonna take some of this conch, some of this nice sauce, this coconut dumpling, put some drizzle on this. The smell is phenomenal. Quick recap on what I did here before I dive in and taste. We had the conch. The conch was tenderized. We boiled that conch down in a flavorful liquid that consisted of carrots, onions, and celery. Just a little bit of salt. We put it in a pressure cooker. If you got an Instapot, that's fine. It took me about 18 to 20 minutes just to cook this in the pressure pot. And while this was cooking, we prepped up some beautiful vegetables, onion, carrots, peppers, ginger, garlic, thyme, all kind of niceness. We also made a coconut dumpling, which consists of flour, coconut, grated coconut milk, a little bit of salt. To start making a masterpiece, we had to cook together. Sauteed up the onions, the carrots, the peppers, the garlic, the ginger, sweat all of that good stuff down, and then we add some vegetable juice. You didn't see that one coming, eh? My style. We add some vegetable juice to this to bring it all together to make that gravy. And then we added some of the conch stock, the conch liquid, to the party. And we put the conch in there and we simmered everything down. This process took about maybe a good 35 minutes, 40 minutes or so. And once we bring everything down, we added the coconut dumplings to that, fold that in, cook it down a little bit more, and then we finished it with some fresh thyme, fresh lime juice, and some butter, and fold that bad boy in. Right now, this sauce is smooth silky, velvety. About to taste this. You're gonna get mad at me, but I'm so sorry. Check this out. Oi, oi, oi. Wow. The sauce alone. The coconut dumpling. Wow. Hit some of this again. Whoa, make me want to spin around, bro. Oh my goodness. Soca music in my head. This right here, say it with me. This is a winner. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Guys, give this one a shot. Don't forget to please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Every week I got something fresh new coming out your way. Every week in your inbox. You don't want to miss one episode. Catch me every week right here with Chef Winston. We coming in hot, we coming in strong. Conch style. Cheers.